Hello everyone. Our last set of lessons in this unit are going to be talking about angles between parallel lines. And these next three lessons are going to work the same way as the first set of lessons we did in this unit. I want you to have this one title and learning goal and set of success criteria. And we're going to take one video each to look at these different sets of angles in between parallel lines. And then what we're going to use them for when we're done is to find unknown angles. So this is the scenario we're going to be seeing a lot of. We have here two parallel lines. These are parallel lines. And we indicate that they're parallel by these two arrows. They work the same way as if we have a rectangle and we do this. The pairs of markings indicate the same length of those two sides. Arrows work the same way. The pairs of arrows indicate that the two lines are parallel. And often what we're going to see is this line cutting across them. We call this a transversal. It's a line that cuts across a pair of parallel lines. And you can see that this transversal cutting the parallel lines forms a number of different angles. And we're going to learn about the relationship between a lot of these angles. The first one we're going to look at are alternate angles. Okay? These are shown here in the diagram. What I want you to think of, what I want you to use to remember these sets of angles is the letter Z. This angle and this angle are equal. Or in this case, the Z is backwards. This angle and this angle. I want everyone to copy this diagram down into their books. And you can include this little Z drawing if you'd like, if that will help you remember it. Let's look at an example now. We're going to return to this example in every one of the videos we're going to be looking at, because to work out all these sets of angles, we're going to need to employ all of the things we're learning. And the angle we're actually going to start with here is angle C. Now, as is going to often be the case with these kinds of questions that you get, is that you're not always going to only have to employ one tool to find the answer. And in fact, in this case, we need to use one of the tools we've already learned, because we have no way to relate any of these angles yet to the one that we're given. We have to try and find something that we can relate it to. And a tool that we've already picked up is that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So we can identify this angle here as being 60 degrees, because that is 180 minus 120. Now, I hope you'll notice that we can draw our Z onto this diagram, and we can see that the angle that we just discovered was 60 degrees is an alternate angle to our angle C here. So what we would do is we would write down C equals 60 degrees. And again, we're going to always give our reason. Alternate angles. Let's try another example together. Again, in this case, we have no way to relate angle B to the angle we're given. So we're going to reach into our toolkit and we're going to find out what we can from what we have. We know that we can relate angle B to this angle here. I'm going to call it angle A. And we know that the angle we're given and angle A are related as they form a straight line. So we know that angle A is going to equal 180 minus 110, which is 70 degrees. And the reason for that is it's a straight line. And now we have our pair of angles in a Z, our alternate angles. We can say that B is also equal to 70 degrees because of our alternate angles. Now, we have added alternate angles to our toolkit that we can use to find unknown angles. You're going to have a couple of questions to do now to practice this skill, and then once those are done, we'll move on to the next type of angles, which is co-interior. Thanks, guys.